G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment and subscribe. And yes, this is Super Rugby Quarterfinals. This is the Blues versus the Fijian Drua. Yeah, this will probably be a short review. 36 points to 5, a pretty comfortable win for the Blues. And the Druas, to all their credit, this is a very hard game. At Eden Park, Australian teams haven't won there since like forever. And they tried everything they actually could to try to pull themselves out of the fire, especially early in the second half. I thought the Honduras was going to make a big statement, but yeah, the Blues were just a little bit too clinical, too good in those tight areas. And the Fijians, to their credit, I criticize the team for not using, for going that Fijian style of quick tap, 7 styles of rugby a little bit. They brought that back this game. They were pretty keen on running the game, recognizing the pressure they were under by the Blues, and try to speed the game up and try to use that quick tap, utilizing trying to catch the Blues off guard a little bit. And yeah, it just wasn't, despite that, it wasn't quite enough to get them over the line. There was very strong dominance from the scrummaging out of the Blues. Ofa Tuanga Fasi was just incredibly good in that loose SI once again. And it's one of those things, once you give the referee the impression that your scrum is the dominant side, some of those 50-50 calls I thought could probably go in the Fijian ways. Once you get that 50-50, once you get that idea into the referee that you have the dominant scrum, those 50-50 calls went the Blues' ways. I thought there were some of them probably a little bit tough against the Honduras. Outside of that, hopefully Patrick Tuipulotu is going to be okay. He's worked really hard this whole season to get himself into this situation where he's potentially looking at a black jersey, and he limped off the field pretty early in the game. Hopefully, to everybody's prayers that he's going to be okay coming out of this one. The Honduras had a bit of a weird decision making in the second half. They were pretty far behind. I think it was 20, maybe it was 28 points to 5 at that point. Still like 20 something minutes to go. Definitely had time. They somehow decided to take a 3-point attempt. So no, I think it wasn't 20. I think it was like 22 points to 5. I really didn't understand that. I mean, sure, you need to score twice, and you need 2 converted tries plus the penalty to win this, but you're still so far behind. Really didn't understand that logic there to take the 3 points to try to almost try to bank the fact that they were going to score 2 more tries after this just to take the 3 points earlier. So I really don't understand the logic there. And that was missed short as well. It was a little bit too much for Armstrong Ravula. And yeah, so a little bit disappointing for the Fijian fans. And let's have a look at the match stats. 371 run meters for the Blues to 362 for the Fijian Druas. Like I said, they really try to speed the game up. The run meters are pretty close to the Blues, despite being on the receiving end for a long time of the game. And yeah, that is due to the quick taps trying to speed the game up themselves. But yeah, Blues are just on another level when it comes to the defense. Their big 4-pack really, really good in those tight areas. 5 tries to 1 for the Blues. 14 turnovers against the Blues. The other thing that I think the Honduras did well is the breakdown. They actually was contesting getting those turnovers, especially in early parts of the game, trying diffusing those Blues opportunities to put more points on the board. 10 turnovers considered against the Honduras. 161 tackles made for the Blues. 23 missed tackles. 94 tackles made by the Honduras. 22 missed tackles for the Fijians. Not too much kicking in was played this one. 19 for the Blues, 16 for the Honduras. 2 missed kicks for Armstrong Ravolva. Is it Ravolva or Ravola? Anyway, so he's usually pretty good kicker. Missing 2 was a little bit uncharacteristic. But Harry Plummer, I think, was it Harry Plummer that missed 1 right at the end for the Blues? And a pretty successful day for him. The lineouts for the Honduras was another issue as well. The Blues were putting quite a bit of pressure on. 5 lineouts won, 4 lost for the Honduras. And it's one of those things where I think one of the commentators made a good point. Doesn't matter how good you are, if you can't win your lineout, can't win your own lineouts, can't get your own fundamentals right, you are not going to be able to utilize all that talent that is on the field when it comes to the running game. Yeah, so that was another area that really hurt the Endurance a little bit. 6 scrums, 1 for the Blues, 7 for the Endurance, 1 loss for the Endurance on feed. Yeah, like I said, Ofa Tuangafasi was really doing a number, and really, yeah, the Endurance going into this game had the best scrums, completion rate, and it was probably, yeah, put a lot of pressure by the Blues, to say the least, in this one. 7 penalties considered for the Blues, 15 against the Endurance. Probably not that bad, considering there was probably like 3, maybe 4 scrum penalties against the Endurance. So it would have been, it's probably not as bad as it looks in actuality. So yeah, let's have a look at the points summary now. So the Blues got their points on the board 8 minutes into the game. They had a penalty, they went for the line out, went for the maul, and there was the maul kind of looked like he collapsed, and then everybody was looking into the maul where the ball is, and then Dalton Papali'i is like, I actually scored. He gets up, he kind of like, snapped off to the side and actually went over the try line. So that was an interesting one. 7 points to the nil. Even the Blues' own teammates didn't know where the ball was. Everybody was looking in the ruck, and yeah, quite a bit of magic trick from Dalton Papali'i. He probably did one of those things where he tucked the ball under his jersey, I guess. Nobody saw the ball, and then he just like, here it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably what happened. Let's just say that's what happened. That's what Dalton Papali'i did to score that one. 90 minutes into the game, there was again, this was an interesting call. I thought this should have been a knock-on, but the TMO said there was no clear evidence that Caleb Clark actually touched the ball. There was a crossfield kick to Caleb Clark, and it just went like right through his body and landed on the ground. It didn't look like it went forward, but the TMO said Caleb Clark didn't actually touch the ball with his hand, and the ball was scooped up by Rico, really close. Rico to the line. He was like a meter short. And Finlay Christie picked and go, try, 14 points to nil. And yeah, interesting call there, to say the least. 22 minutes into the game, the Blues had a penalty, and they decided to take 3 points. So Harry Plummer kicked this one, 17 points to nil. And then follow this, there was some more scrum penalties for the Blues, and some good turnovers from the breakdown for the Endurance. 34 minutes into the game, again, the Blues were putting pressure inside Endurance half, getting a penalty, and there was a quick tap by Hoskins Sotutu. He got really close to the try line, and the ball came out, crash ball, wasn't going to get through. Eventually, the ball went wide. A big, long pass over the top from Harry Plummer to Caleb Clark into the corner. 24 points to nil. And that was a half-time score. 24 points to nil. Second half, 2 minutes into the second half, it looked like the Endurance maybe, have something up the sleeve to come back from this game. Raul Tamanda was getting a nice little ball from his teammate. Like, he was like pretty deep, and then he just saw a little gap in front of him, put the full down, went straight through. He was 1-on-1 against Harry Plummer, stepped him easy. Try time, 24 points to 7. And then the game just really, neither team were able to really execute after this. The 52 minutes into the game, the Druas was looking like they're getting a bit of a full momentum. There was a penalty, and they went for 3, and they missed. So that was just mind-blowing. So I really wasn't sure what they were thinking there. And then 63 minutes into the game, the Blues went for another, got another penalty. They went for the line out, and just typical Blues bread and butter move, the maul, and then Kurt Eklund coming off the bench, getting that one through. And finally, 77 minutes into the game, just before full time, Caleb Clark putting the nail into the coffin, scoring for the Blues to pull the scoreboard. 36 points to 5 was, pretty much, it was not a bad, I don't think it was a hard kick in the last score, but it was missed for the, no, it wasn't that one. Anyway, and that was it, 36 points to 5. And so let me know your thoughts about this game, guys. So the Endurance the Fijian team has announced the national team, so I'll probably have a look at that and do a bit of an update. And Blues going into the finals, and they will be playing against, who are they going to be playing against? Probably the Brumbies. The game's coming up next. I'm going to go watch that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the merch store. That's going to pop up here. And have a good one. I'll see you with the Brumbies versus Highlanders review. I have a sneaky feeling the Highlanders might win this one, so hopefully that's not gonna happen. Thanks guys, cheers.